It's Monday! Yay! Welcome to our regular Monday vlog. In for Lyndon, we have the lovely Maddie.
Yeah!
Maddie's part of our happiness team here at Creative Cubes. And actually Sade sent your resume on when you were applying. This, by the way, Maddie's been with us, what?
6 weeks?
6 weeks?
Yeah. 6 weeks.
But we've known about you for like 4 months.
Yeah, we like stalked you on Facebook.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
All the bad decisions you've made.
You did that on your own. But we've known about you for a long time, and Sade actually sent an email or a Slack to the team going, "Hey, I met this girl, we had this resume from this girl called Maddie," and I was like, I already love her. And the reason why I say that is because my daughter's Maddie.
Yes.
And I told Maddison, that she can't have the email address Maddie at, because you've already
I already have it.
Anyway, welcome to the vlog.
Thank you.
We hope that you will join us regularly.
Yeah.
We're sad that Lyndon can't make it, but he's doing some serious business and we've stepped in. My regular co-host, Sade, leader of the happiness team. So today's vlog is a regular standing. It started last week, and it's questions and answers. We've actually been solicited a lot via our social media, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, comments in the YouTube sections, Twitter. I'm getting hit up personally on both LinkedIn and Twitter. And hello at Cubes.Co email inbox. We've got a couple of good questions today. I, unlike last week, have had time to digest it all.
Pretty good ones. They're really good.
Yeah. Hopefully, if you've got questions, we've got answers. Who does that sound like? My boy Gary V.
Oh my gosh.
So, by the way, Gary, we're a little dirty in the mood. You were in Melbourne, you didn't come to Creative Cubes.
Actually, he texted me. Did you get the text message?
I got the text
and
message.
I felt really special thinking he just texted me, and then I realized he texts everyone in his phone book.
I didn't get one.
For like a slight second, I felt pretty special.
You're special.
I know. I think he knows me by first name basis.
Don't let
I'm waiting him to follow me on Instagram, so.
I think he follows me on Twitter.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, but we're backwards and we're ping pong with each other. I throw out something, he throws something back.
You guys are flirting, you're not dating.
Anyway, you've got questions, we've got answers. Who wants to start? Do you want to start?
Yeah,
okay.
This one's an interesting one. Mark G from LinkedIn.
Yep.
He's asked, what do you think government's role is in the startup world? Space. What do you think it should be? So it's a two-part.
So it's a two-part question.
Yep.
So the government role, in my opinion, and I hope that you don't take this with a grain of salt and you actually take action on it. The role of the government, as far as I see it, is to help legislate or ultimately sandbox opportunities for startups. I don't think the government should be involved in startups. It's like a large corporate going, yeah, we're in startup mode. Large corporates, like governments, can't flip on a dime, can't turn on a dime, right? They take a long time, there's a lot of red tape, there's a lot of, hey, we're turning left, we're turning left, we're turning left. Tell the guy down the street. And it takes 3 or 4 weeks to turn left, even though I'm telling you to turn right. With a startup, I look at it very much, if you're a basketball fan out there, I look at it like Kobe and Shaq, right? Kobe Bryant, up and down the floor, could turn on a dime, could get a steal. Shaq, he's a big unit. And it takes a long time for him to power up, move down and he was phenomenal in his position, i.e. government, large corporate, but he couldn't operate like Kobe could. Even though he was one of the most dominant players in the league for his size and position, he wasn't Kobe Bryant. Now, with that in mind, I think that government should enable a playground, a safe playground, via legislation for large companies or people at large companies with disposable income, an opportunity to invest into startups and startups to benefit from that funding because they need money to stimulate growth and the economy, but enable sort of like maybe a tax deduction or some sort of grant or some sort of rebate or some sort of benefit for these companies spilling some of their money into the company. Now, if these smaller companies in the startups really go and prosper, then there's a huge win. You know, unfortunately, the reality is for a lot of startups, a lot of startups fail. Actually, the vast majority of startups fail. I think in the US, it's sort of like in the high 90s, there's a chance that you won't make it out of your first year. Hey, and by the way, that's totally okay. But I think that if there's some money over here that could be poured over here to help stimulate it, it's great. That's where I think government should stay. I don't think, and I'm very, very strong on this, and I love to get your feedback on it, I don't think government should be setting up their own incubators and their own stuff to have small businesses and startups come and leverage off of it. I think that they need to be in two different oceans, separate from each other, but I definitely think they have the ability to help fund or at least give larger companies a tax deduction of some description where they can invest in the startups. Big business, big governments stay out of the startup ecosystem, right? It's very different and it's working right now. And so if you come in, while I love the opportunity for you to come in and help some of these businesses grow, understand your position, understand your role, and that does not require you to actually actively start to build out your own spaces and your own ecosystem. It's gonna fuck it up for the rest of everyone else. It really is. About that. And so, was there a second part of the question?
It was. What do you think it should be?
What it should be is stay in your lane, just like LeVar Ball says. Stay in your lane. Know what you can do for businesses, legislate, create the sandboxes, and stay exactly there. We don't need you over here. There's businesses that need to be able to turn on a dime. There's businesses that don't go through red tape and bureaucracy. There's decision makers like myself that can come up with an idea in the morning and be executing it in the afternoon. We need that nimble, turn on a dime opportunity, but we need your support from the sort of legislation aspect of it. So I hope I answered your question, Mark, on LinkedIn. If I didn't, you can hit me up on LinkedIn after this, and we can continue to converse on the topic. And I'm happy to clarify anything that was misunderstood or not articulated. Maddie?
Perfect. We have an email from John. I've seen many colourful investment conditions pitched to startups in order to accept funding. Without going into specifics, what are the key things you should look to see in an investment offer that makes it a genuine investment to help grow the business?
Phenomenal question, and I think that this is a question that has come up for us as Creative Cubes. It's come up as a value prop from Creative Cubes, and it's sort of like a value pillar that we hold on to, and that is trust, right? There's a lot of people and there's a lot of companies out there that sort of prey, and there's a lot of money to be made on preying on people that really don't know, or they sort of like, they dangle the carrot of these amazing financial gains, i.e. funding for businesses, and the founder, instead of really sitting back and assessing the opportunity because they are a founder, and by the way, money is oxygen to these businesses, they jump. So my advice is, so before I give you my advice, here at Creative Cubes, we've set up a system and an operation that anyone that comes through our door, as much as they're interviewing us and checking out our space, we're also interviewing them. We want to know that they're trusted. We want to know what circles they run in. We want to know their history. We want to understand their business. We want to understand things that we, as a platform, as a community, can help them benefit from. And if we get any sort of like skew answers or things that we're not comfortable with, like in all transparency, there's a chance that we may or may not offer an opportunity for that company or those individuals to come into Creative Cubes. And the reason why, coming back to answering your question, is anyone that's in this building, we want to know that they're a safe, trusted, reputable, honest, integral person or integral company, and that at the chance that you pass them when you're getting your stuff out of the locker, or you're, rub shoulders as you go in between meetings, or alternatively just grabbing some of that delicious sparkling water that we have on tap here. We want to know that if there's a opportunity to do business and a connection there, that both parties are trusted and honorable people. And when it comes back to an investor, the first thing that I personally look at, and I haven't raised a lot of external capital, but I look at like their portfolios and I look at some of the companies that they're running with. I instantly check out what they're talking about on Twitter, on LinkedIn. Are they well known? I definitely go to their LinkedIn profile. I see who they're connected to. 6 degrees of separation always, sometimes even smaller, especially if you use Melbourne as an example, Melbourne, Australia as an example. There's got to be some mutual connections. And I got to tell you, that's happened like a gazillion times here at Creative Cubes. Oh, Gavin. Oh, Ronan. You guys, everyone knows everyone.
Two small worlds.
And so if there's some stuff that doesn't feel right, you just got to keep asking all those questions. But look for the portfolios, look for those people that you can leverage to ask questions of if there is a existing relationship there. And also ask yourself, is the deal too good to be true? Because often, if it sounds too good, it potentially is too good. And you're going to pay for it somewhere along the line. So I hope that answers, who was it?
That was John.
John, I hope that answers your question. Again, you can hit me up on Twitter @TobyScovron, or you can email hello@Creative Cubes if we haven't answered your question. But
that's good. Those are some pretty full-on questions.
Yeah, and I reckon we've rubbed some people the wrong way, and I'm okay with that. No, I really am okay with that.
They're gonna meet you outside.
If you're not happy with the answers, then stop doing what you're doing. And start playing on the right side of the game. So that's it. That's a segment. Maddie,
Yay.
so talkative.
Next time I'll be better.
Can you comment in the section if you thought Maddie was nervous or she was awesome? Give her 2 thumbs up if she was awesome. If she thought she was nervous.
We'll keep her longer if we get good comments. If they're bad, Maddie,
okay.
I'm sorry. This is your last week.
Make it off. Job is over.
Watch her become the fan favorite.
I know, right?
Cool, guys. So tomorrow, awesome vlog coming up. Got Josh is back on Wednesday for This Week in Startups. We've got some incredible speakers, incredible guests rolling through over the next week. And next week and the week after, we kind of continue to rise. We hope you enjoyed the segment. Thanks for watching. Awkward City, population 3. I'm out of here. I'm turn off the mic.
Population 3.
It was, now it's 2.